Hello, everyone. This is time for episode 5 of Pony Life. Yeah, we made it through 5 of these things, and the last video I released yesterday is a combination review of episodes 3 and 4 Catpocalypse Mal and How Applejack Got Her Hat Back. There will be an end card that will lead you straight there at the end of this video if you need to catch up, and a playlist hookup also if you need to catch up totally. But now let's talk about episode 5, Bad Thing number 3. Now, Tabitha St. Germain is a goddess of voice acting quality whose over dramatic but yet beautifully delivered Rarity has been a treat for most Rarity fans throughout the history of FIM proper. 10 years of fainting couches, over dramatics, and a few tubs of ice cream later, Rarity never really grew on me. But the performance, though, that has been unquestionably good. And bad thing number 3 is once again another example of Tabitha St. Germain showing why she is one of the many voice acting goddesses. This is practically the strength of the episode here. And also a good moral, too. But it's mostly a Tabitha St. Germain tour de force. You will respect the Tabitha. You will worship the Tabitha. And you will laugh at the Tabitha. You see, the whole premise here is Rarity's got an upcoming date with Fancy Pants. However, her day hasn't been going too swimmingly. And thanks to Fancy Pants, she's now spooked out about the superstition of bad things come in threes. And she's already got 2 strikes for the day. And she's trying to avoid strike 3, for whatever the cost. However, thanks to her second mishap, a broken potion bottle spilled its contents onto her fitness headband, which now goes into the innermost darkest secrets of the pony's mind. And that did not help things. It's a skit that's used throughout the course of Bad Thing number 3, where mediocre results. With Pinky, you get the natural, sprinkles and happiness doesn't go with everything sort of thing. That freaks her out. Fluttershy, we hear a clue about a hidden dark side, which we already know about that thanks to Catpocalypse, so no new information there. Rarity's first freak out is not as bad as her second, but it leads to a double moral about living forward today and not being worried about things that happen and essentially going with the flow. 2 great morals here. And going with the flow is kind of the way to look at it. Or, as Rarity puts it later, expecting the best out of a bad situation. Essentially, preparing for the best rather than expecting the worst. A strong moral given that Fancy Pants is a egotistical, self-centered, wants to talk about himself jerk in this show. Wow, that's 2 males that come off kind of jerkish so far. I gotta keep a count. Anyway, The main point of this episode and the main reason it's good is mainly a rarity, trying to avoid the third bad thing and going to extremes to do it. Even breaking out a Gollum from Lord of the Rings type section at the beginning of the second half of it. Remember, episodes are divided into two parts, but are reviewed as one here. Most of the characters stay largely out of the affair, although I have to give Pinky credit for trying to help out in the early going, only for Rarity to ignore. In fact, this is a good spot to bring up Pinky's betrayal in the entire series. Yes, it's still Pinky o'clock in a lot of ways, but this Pinky o'clock, her heart is on her sleeve. She is a generally good character that tries to do generally good things and tries to be a good leader and a good boss. You see, if this version of Pinkie Pie were in the main line FIM, I could understand her more as a main character along with the other five, which is a massive improvement. In fact, the next episode will kind of bounce off of the take that I just made when we talk about Pinkie Pie Hyper Helper in the next video. But as for this one, I'm giving Bad Thing number 3 based on our newly revised scale of 5 out of 6. This is hilariously funny due to Tabitha St. Germain's hyper reaction trying to avoid the problem. The double but related to and combined moral makes a nice linchpin to the entire short, and every character, although few, that is used here is used in great effect. So, your thoughts on Bad Thing number 3? Leave them down in the comment section below. And as for Hyper Helper, though, I'll see you next time for that. Until then, find peace in your own nirvana. I'll see you in the next video. That should be momentarily.